Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Kelly Mejia Breton, and I am also a student at the bootcamp. I have a background in mathematics and statistics, and I recently was working at Pyra Energy Group as a senior analyst, forecasting their short-term and long-term crude prices. So today I'll be talking about my Shiny app. My Shiny app is the New York City Complaints by Borough. Yes, so when I think of New York City, I think of noise, I think of sirens, I think of taxis honking. I think of the constant battle for suitable heat with the landlord, or the scent of a sanitation truck on a hot summer day. I recently moved to New Jersey 2 years ago, and it took me a while to get used to the silence. Strange, but I found it weird to sleep with no noise. My husband, furthermore, is also a native New Yorker, and he's never really got used to the noise. He turns on the heater or the air conditioner every night just to have some noise. Like a New Yorker, like a New Yorker in New Jersey, I'm sure there's a lot to get used to in New York City. To some people, they avoid certain areas at all costs. They just won't go there. But to other people, that same area is just what they're looking for. So using the 311 data set provided by New York City Open Data, I crafted an interactive user application to assist residents and visitors who are in search of an area with a style and sound to their liking. New York City Complaints by Borough is a quick reference tool to aid the user in their planning, grounded on the complaints reported in New York City. The data set. So the data set is a daily collection of complaints made directly to 311 by the public. 311 is a New York City customer service center launched by Mayor Michael Bloomberg in March 2003. It's providing the public access to the New York City government services while at the same time assisting the agencies to improve through consistent measurements. 311 is a huge success with annual year-on-year usage growth since its launch. Here there are some facts on 311. They are open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. They have access to 180 different languages. They receive about 51,000 calls per day. The annual calls to 911 have decreased since the inception of 311, and 311 Online was launched in March 2009. So my app, let's get to it. This opens up, the Complaints tab opens up to a word cloud chart at any moment now. And yeah, I'm not sure. Okay. It did? Okay, there it goes. Okay, so it opens up to a word cloud chart, and this visually shows the complaints by borough and by the frequency. So the bigger the size of the word, the bigger the higher the frequency. So based on this data set, it looks like water, street, noise, driveways are the main complaints in Brooklyn. Let me just rewind for a little bit. So the data set is a sample of the data. The original data is 11 million observations, over 11 million observations, and 53 variables. So this data set is a sample data set of 50,000 observations selected at random. So I'm going to walk you through the application with a visitor, like a user visiting Brooklyn. Brooklyn is my hometown, so that's why I chose Brooklyn. On the top left, you can select the boroughs. But yeah, so it opens up to the complaint word cloud. The frequency tab gives us gives the user the option to select the frequency by annual, month, or day. Based on this data set, it seems like at the beginning of the year, that's when most complaints happen. Well, they happen all year long, but the highest complaints happen at the beginning of the year. And this could be for any reason. This could be because maybe January, the New Year's, the ball drops, a lot of people in New York City. Maybe the weather. Maybe the street conditions with the snow. Could be. It's definitely an area to look into. But as a visitor, considering Brooklyn, I'll remember this. At the beginning of the year, there's more complaints. Maybe I won't go. The top 10 complaints. This is a table with the top 10 complaints by borough, in this case Brooklyn, with the main complaint on heating, followed by street condition, street light condition, block driveway, and so on. So if I'm considering visiting Brooklyn, based on these top 4 conditions, I may not care so much about the block driveway since I plan to take mass transit. But I will keep in mind the heating, the street condition, and the street light. The map tab allows the user to get a more specific area with the complaints. So if I'm visiting Brooklyn, and let's say I decide to visit Bedford Avenue in Williamsburg, a trendy neighborhood, I will go to the area. This is the L train stop on Bedford. And see there's a general construction complaint, a hot water complaint, a noise, street, and the sidewalk complaint. Okay, noted. So if I decide to go to Brooklyn, I expect to hear a lot of noise, probably take a cold shower, watch my step as I walk, and look both sides before I cross the street.
So did you know the longitude latitude of these complaints?
Yes, I do.
I can pinpoint what building they're coming from.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
How do you incorporate the map into your program?
How did I incorporate the map?
Yeah.
So they come with the latitude and the longitude points, along with the complaints. So I grouped by complaint, and then I incorporated it. So the next steps of my, if I could upgrade the app, what would I do? I would include options for the user to sort, to be able to see by neighborhood, by longitude and latitude point, be able to enter them and see a more specific area, sort by complaint, and upload the full data set, the full over 11 million observations, and make it automatic so that every day this data gets updated with about 51,000 complaints on average so that it can be real. And time period, maybe the user can go in and see what complaints were made yesterday. I'm going today to Brooklyn. There's a street not working. Maybe I'm driving to Brooklyn, and so on. That concludes my presentation. Thank you. Questions?
I have questions.
Yes.
You mentioned about the file.
Yes.
Which tool you use to process the file?
I used R, programming. Yeah,
So
and
you parse that file and select all data, whatever you need.
I did a
address,
random
zip code.
selection. I used dplyr.
Uh-huh.
There's a code called random_n, and it just randomly selects the data.
So first you create the process which will parse this file. And based on that data, whatever you select, you will build that group.
Correct. Yes.
Do you think of having a date range slider?
Yes, that's on my next steps, so that the user can sort by maybe yesterday or the last 7 days and so on. But yes. Thank you.
Why did you just take a sample of the data? Is it harder to work with on those files?
So when I try to put them all, it was very, very slow. So you see how it took a while for the map to upload or the complaints, and it's only 50,000. So at 11 million, we may be here all night. Not really, but it would take a little longer. Yes?
When you said it there as slow when you use
everything around the sample, can you make it adaptive so that when the user clicks on a particular area, it's pulling that?
Yes. Yeah, so there's a way to go to take the data, manipulate the data, have it in a database, and so then the output is based on that, whatever you've already calculated. Yes. Yes.
So one thing is, especially if you're not using the full data set, it might help to, instead of showing the counts, just show the percentage.
Percentage, yes.
But yeah, so maybe for constructing the maps, maybe you don't need to show the full, to load the entire data set.
Yeah.
Because for the map, it's just showing the colors, basically what's heavier and what's where are the areas that have the heavier density of complaints and the ones that don't. But then there could be another feature in which people can actually look up just by zip code or something and then get the full list if they're really interested in that particular area. But for the maps, maybe you don't need the full data set, which is the more heavy, computationally heavy part.
Okay, well, thank you. I'll consider that suggestion. Thank you.
And when are you making this public? Because I need to sell my apartment before.
I'm not sure. I guess within the next week when Zayu puts it up. Okay, thank you. Oh, yes?
So when you process the 11 million records, do you plan to use any big data tools to handle all the data?
Yeah, once I figure out which one, yeah, and I want to automate it as well. So there's a lot to do for my next steps.